Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks and another random destruction. I know most of you probably expected a Mercenaries video, and I do apologise for that, but it's been kicking my arse over the weekend. It's the only video that I've had to redo at least 3 times so far over the weekend, and I'm still not happy with it. Basically, I mean, and yeah, I know I said I wouldn't show another German tank video, but yeah, sorry. Or for a while at least, but anyway, I don't want to get too much into the mercenary thing, but at the moment, as some of you may have seen on Twitter, I just find them so disappointing and lackluster that I'm just finding it difficult. I've got no interest in them at all. I'm not annoyed that they're in the game. You know, I don't have to do them, I don't have to grind them, and they don't bother me being there. But I'm just so disappointed, and I've just got no interest in them. My heart's not in it. I mean, they're not premium vehicles, and that's not why I'm not interested. I'm just making that clear. They're not premiums. You can buy them with gold, but they've got no premium benefits whatsoever. You can only use mercenary crews in them. But I just find them. I just find it was a potentially good idea that could bring something interesting and fresh to the game, and you know, cobbling together different parts from different tanks to make new tanks. And what they've basically done is cobbled together parts from different tanks to make old tanks that are essentially already in the game. They just look a bit different. Stubbs is awful. It's slower than a regular Chaffee. On top of that, has worse terrain resistances than a Chaffee, and a gun that is only fun if you're top tier and there's hardly any other tier 5s in the match and you're surrounded by tier 4s and 3s. Then it's good fun. Other than that, I just find it appalling and an awful tank. You've then got Plaguebringer, which is a T20 with a slightly better rate of fire and a slightly more armoured turret, but that's it, it's a T20, same gun. You have, or is that not Plaguebringer? No, that's Big Top, sorry, I do apologise, that's Big Top, that's the T20. Plaguebringer is just a Jackson, in every way. Same gun, same stats, everything, it is just a Jackson. Needle, which admittedly is probably the most fun of all 5, but that's basically just a slightly better DW2 and plays in a very, very similar way. And then you've got Slapjack, which when it's top tier is pretty nice, great rate of fire. When it's not top tier, it's pretty awful, and in tier 9 is just an absolute piece of crap, unfortunately. I mean, there's a reason why the only tier 7 that the short 88 on is a medium, a quick medium at that, and that's because it can flank. And apart from that, the short 88 is basically on tier 6 tanks, and there's a reason for that, because it just will not cut it in tier 9 matches. And even Tiger 131, which has more penetration on its short 88 by, I mean, short 88 is 145, I think Tiger 131 is like 169, something stupid like that. And that still doesn't see tier 9. There's a reason for that. So yeah, Slapjack, pretty awful. And just in general, I find them all a massive disappointment. So I apologise, I've not got it done yet, but I've been doing it again all day since about 10 o'clock this morning, and it's now 10 to 2. And I've got to redo it again. I'm just not happy with it. It's not good enough, and I just don't want to put that up. So there you go, I'm afraid. But anyway, here I am in the Rampanzer. I have taken one hell of a beating so far. Yeah, one hell of a beating, but I can't resist a ram in the Rampanzer, and it's not very often you get to do it. So, but yeah, back to this. I know I've missed most of this match probably so far, but yeah, back to it. Panzer 5.4 Rampanzer, pretty average. It's just an average tier 5 gun. It's not great. It's an average tier 5 turret, but it's a tier 7 hull, and it has a crap load of health, a ridiculous amount of health for a tier 5 medium. But this is not a tier 5 match, this is a tier 7 match, and you'll notice I am being a premium scrub with my ammunition, and that is because I have no health left, virtually. I am bottom tier, and yeah, I'm going to need that premium ammo just to get through some of these tanks, just to make sure that I'm getting through them. I think I am going to swap back in a moment though. Oh, no I'm not. I'm just going to premium scrub it, but then again, is that a jumbo? I think it is. Yeah, I'm going to need premium ammo. If I can get around the side of him, I won't do. But, again, I'm not taking that risk. I am, you know, I am bottom tier. I'm backing off, and, yeah, let the Tiger go over first. He had more health. than I did, and he's a higher tier than I am, so he can start dealing with the jumbo. I'm going to come alongside, and yes, I am still using premium ammo. I don't care. I have no health. As I keep mentioning, that is my main concern here, that yeah, one slight nudge and I'm a goner. So I want to make sure that I do the nudging first, and I have switched back to my standard ammo now, that I'm not dealing with a jumbo. I mean, this has only got 110 pen, and I know that'll get through the side of a jumbo, but still, it's got a bit more armour, and I wanted to make sure. So, I mean, that's the thing with this tank. Its gun is just a tier 5 gun, and in the higher tier matches, you are going to have to fight premium, and it's just knowing when you need to and when you don't. As it is with, you know, most tanks. And I wasn't particularly wanting to cap as such. I was just trying to entice things out, and I can see the enemy medium down at the other side of the map. I know roughly where RT is. The other medium's been taken out, and you know, I was kind of like, I don't really have much health. If that RT clips me, I'm gonna, you know what, sod it, let's go for him. I know roughly where he is. He's up here somewhere. And this is where I really just look like a noob. I can't find the damn thing. I know he's over here somewhere, and I expect him to be round this corner. I will have a mercenary tank video up at some point this week, hopefully. But yeah, as I said before, I'm just not happy with it. But anyway, back to this RT. Yeah, just can't find the damn thing. I would have expected to at least proximity detect him by now, and you'll just see he's popped up behind me. That's when I noticed. I wasn't sure whether it popped up before. I wasn't paying close attention to the map there. Am I going to get him? Just. A sneaky little lock on just to shave off that last little bit of health. And do you know what? It's so rare that I'm actually top tier in the Rampanzer, in the Panzer 5.4. So unbelievably rare. When it's top tier, it can be so much fun just ramming things and what have you, but very, very rare that I do feel that I get top tier in it. But I was bottom tier in that. It was a tier 7 match, and I am more than happy with coming top. Just to show that just because you're bottom tier doesn't mean you can't be effective. I know it's not, you know, and I don't mean to, I'm not sounding big-headed. I don't mean to. I know it's not easy for some people. There's sometimes when I'm bottom tier and I just think, for God's sake, and I will have an awful match. But I have known people that just give up completely when they're bottom tier, and you don't need to. You've just got to alter your play style. And here's another bottom tier match for you in the Hellcat. And I did start doing the Stubbs contract, and this was one part of that where I had to spot 3 tanks in a winning match in a TD, which I think was a stupid stipulation and just encouraged some pretty poor gameplay in the TDs, to be honest. It's not very often you're going to be up front in a TD unless it's very heavily armoured. Some of the other stipulations I'm happy with. You know, I don't mind them being in certain tanks. I think that encourages you to play tanks that you might not have played for a while, or to try out new tanks that you might end up enjoying. So that doesn't bother me. The other stipulations don't bother me. Some of them encourage good gameplay, like, you know, doing assisted damage in a light tank. Brilliant. What I'm not happy with on those is the fact that you also have to grind out XP along there as well, and basically as much as, and sometimes a hell of a lot more XP than you would for an equivalent tier tank. So yeah, they ought to just get rid of the XP grind on the mercenary tanks. It's not needed, it's not wanted. Everyone's fed up with grinding out XP. We have to do it for every other tank in the game, which I know not will have had to grind out 400,000 XP, or a stupid amount of XP in 2 weeks for a free tank. And now you give us the mercenary tanks, and again we're grinding out XP, and you know, and jumping through hoops as well. So yeah, get rid of the XP grind on the mercenary tanks. But anyway, back to this. You were thinking, well, I've not seen you in the Hellcat before, or not for a very, very long time. If I have, I'm sure I put Hellcat videos up a long time ago. But anyway, I've not owned it for a long time. And I couldn't do part 3 of Stubbs' contract, so I bought the Hellcat to do it, because I thought, you know, it'd be easy enough. Zip up front, get it done, and then back off if I can and try and get a win. And so I rebought the Hellcat, and I put the crew in it. I put one of the War Stories crews in from the last one, the one where you got the 3 short ones. So all they've got on it is 6th Sense. That's it. I've just got 6th Sense on it. And in my haste to get into the match, I forgot to put any equipment on at all. So this Hellcat, it is fully upgraded, because like I say, I rebought it. So it is fully upgraded. It only has 6 cents on the crew, and I have no equipment on it at all. And it put me in a tier 8 match. This is my first match in it after rebuying it. And I think the last time I owned it was possibly just after it was originally introduced on PS4, about a year and a half ago, something like that. So it has been a long time. So I was a bit wary with it being a tier 8 match, but as it turns out, bottom tier doesn't always mean that you're not going to do anything. So I thought I'd include this one as well, and again, it's just about altering your gameplay, and you know, I would say that a deal of luck and RNG is involved as well. And you know, sometimes you know, I don't know, I'm not putting this up to say, oh yeah, look at me, look how I did well, I can do in a bottom tier. As I said before, I do just crap in bottom tier as I can top tier at times. You know, it doesn't always go this way, but I just sometimes like to put these sort of bottom tier successes on, just to try and encourage people to give it a go. And you know, when you are bottom tier, there's been times where I've been in games where I've seen other bottom tier tanks and they've just sort of not moved, and they've kind of just given up at the beginning, and they'll just sit there and not really do anything. Sometimes not even leaving the spawn area, and you know, you don't have to give up. You just, well, you know, I keep repeating myself and saying, just alter your play style. And I mean, here I'm in the Hellcat. I am spotted, but it's got great gun depression. The turret can be a little bit trolly at times. You know, you don't expect it to really block anything, but it can. You know, it's not something you want to rely on. Let me emphasise that. You do not want to rely on it. I mean, your hull is paper thin, your turret's not great, but it just can be a little bit trolly, that gun mantle at times. But I do like the speed of the Hellcat, but I couldn't help but feel that it felt slower than it did before. And I mean, I am, you know, like I say, I'm going back a long time from when I last played this, but I couldn't help but feel it does feel a little bit slower than it used to, but I'm probably just misremembering. I don't recall it ever being nerfed, but I could be wrong on that. It's not one I've really kept an eye on, if truth be told. Yeah, something. Do you know something I do like about the Mercenary missions? Or the Mercenary tanks, sorry, about the only thing I like about them is that you can have a clear camo on them, so you get all the camo benefits without having to have an actual camouflage on. Which, for the Mercenary tanks, is great, because I find that the camouflage patterns that they've given you for them are horrible. They just, I don't know, they just look horrible and a bit tacky, to be fair. And they should have just stuck with more traditional camo patterns instead of coming up with like 1970s abstract art. But there you go. Yeah, so I do like that. And I mean, this update in general, you know, like I said, I don't mind that the Mercenary tanks are in the game. That doesn't bother me. I'm just disappointed with how they've been implemented and how they've been put together to just be so similar to other tanks in the game. When I just think it's a big missed opportunity to make something truly unique and different. But I'm happy with the maps that have come back in, albeit some under different names and some reworks. But Serene Coast is back under Kitamet, and you know, Westfield's been changed to something else, and you know, it's still essentially Westfield, but it just looks different and just gives it a bit of a fresh feel. So I'm happy with some of the returned maps and some of the reworks. I'm happy with the engine sounds in general and some of the other bits and bobs. So yeah, the update, you know, I'm happy with. I think it's just the Mercenaries I am very disappointed with, and I think personally the only one I'm going for. I started the Stubbs contract, then I basically went onto the press account, bought all the Mercenary tanks, played in Stubbs, and cancelled my contract. I went for Big Top, played in Big Top, and although it's alright, it just plays like a T20, I am cancelling that contract and going for Needle. For me, Needle is the only one out of the bunch that is worth having a go at, because you don't need to do much XP grinding to get it, and it's just a fun little tier 4. But anyway, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Just speak of the devil, the Stubbs contract bit came up. But that's now cancelled now. But yeah, aced it. So no equipment, one skill crew, and I managed to ace it, get a Confederate, and just under 3,000 XP. Sorry, 3,000 damage in a tier 8 match. So I was bottom tier and came top again. So yeah, more than happy with that. In fact, well chuffed. Really pleased with myself. There you go, showing off. Yeah, so yeah, definitely happy with that, and the Hellcat's now going to stay in my garage. Regardless of the reason I bought it back, it's stopping there now. But anyway, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that. I shall hopefully try and get the Mercenaries video finished, finalised, and something that I'm actually happy with for tomorrow. I'll do my best on that one. But until then, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.